Good 7 a.m. at like 8 something. It's Coach Jessica here to talk about the 5 mistakes that you were making when you were meal planning. What are you talking about, Jess? All right, this is part 1. We're going to dive into all 5 of these over the next 5 Fridays. So stick around in April and you're going to get some really good foundational tips on how to meal prep in a way that's going to help you see success in your weight loss, help you build some consistency and confidence that you're doing the things that are going to help you see success. All right, so I'm going to just give you all 5 right off the bat. So if one of these resonates with you, drop the number in the comments down below because I want to know what's affecting you the most. What are you experiencing? Where are you struggling? And if you let me know, then I'm going to be able to provide you with more support. So first thing, the 5 mistakes that you're making with meal prepping. Number 1, you're eating food you don't like. Have you ever tried to push yourself into a diet and eat food that you don't like? Not going to be successful. So if you're trying to eat food you don't like, put a 1 in the comments. Number 2, you aren't storing the food properly and it's going bad, okay? Or it tastes yucky or soggy, etc. That's number 2, storage. Do you need to learn some storage tips? Number 3 of the 5 mistakes that you're making with meal prepping. Making foods that are not meant to be meal prepped. There are foods out there that don't last, that are not meant to be reheated, that are not going to survive longer days. So if that's the case, you've made some meals, it didn't go well, and you are like, I'm never doing this again. Maybe number 3 is where you've struggled before. Number 4 of the 5 mistakes that you could be making with your meal prepping, which is just causing you to not want to do it, right? You aren't storing the food separately. This is key. Some foods are not meant to be stored separately. Some foods are not meant to be stored together so that you can put them together later. And then number 5 of the 5 mistakes that you may be making with your meal prepping is that you're prepping too much of the same thing. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, put it in the comments and let me know, where do you see yourself running into obstacles and not meal prepping because you're struggling with this. So I'm going to go into the first one and give you some tangible tips and tricks to move forward away from if you don't like what you're prepping. Too often when we are meal prepping, we think we need to eat these healthy foods that maybe you've never used before in your meal plan, like Brussels sprouts or something. Some of you may love Brussels sprouts. Some of you have been like, I've never cooked Brussels sprouts in my life. I don't even know what to do with those. And some of you are trying to cook them and it's not turning out so great and it's not enjoyable for you. So you may be on one end of the scale or the other with Brussels sprouts, right? And you could fill in the blank with whatever food that you're trying to incorporate that maybe you've never had before and you're just like, bleh, I don't really like this food. And that's not encouraging. You're not going to keep doing something that you don't enjoy or you don't like. You're going to just be miserable and you're going to not continue to meal prep. And you're like, this meal prep's not for me. It's not helpful for me. So let's talk about some like examples, right? Plain chicken and rice. Plain chicken and rice. It's healthy, right? Like, but let's be real, it can be boring and bland, and you think it's healthy, you think that's what you have to eat, and you're burnt out on it like right away. Or maybe you feel like you need to eat a salad every day, but really, in reality, you just want something warm because it's a chilly day, okay? Like, you have to eat foods you like when you are meal prepping, okay? Just because Sally Joe over here is making some chicken and rice bowls for 7 days of the week doesn't mean that that's necessarily what's going to serve you. Or just because Billy Bob over here is making, on this TikTok video, salads for every day of the week doesn't mean that that needs to be what you consume, okay? We've got to start with foods that we like, okay? Now, another pitfall with meal planning is maybe there's really low flavor. Think chicken and rice with no seasonings, no sauces, no bleh, right? It's super plain. Well, when things are plain and you're used to eating processed foods or takeout food at the restaurants, they are packed with health, like not, I don't want to say healthy fats, but they're packed with fats that coat your mouth, that feel good, that flavors and sauces and things that like get your taste buds all excited and you want to eat those things. So if you're prepping healthy food, but it's bland, you're not going to be excited about it. It's going to feel restrictive. You're going to feel like you're not able to have the things that you really like. And if you don't feel like that you're having the things that you like and you're not enjoying it, you're not going to meal prep. Okay. So what do you got to do? So here, take a pen, your paper out. This is what you got to do. Number one, you got to start with foods you like. I already spoiled that one, right? Like I've said that. So do you love tacos? If you love tacos, drop me a taco emoji in the comments. Let me know. I love tacos. Do not feel like you have to take something out that you love. It is about making what you love just a little bit healthier, okay? So number two is slightly modifying the taco meal to be a little bit healthier. So maybe it's adding some vegetables to your tacos. Cook down some mushrooms into your beef, right? Or add some peppers and onions to your beef or your chicken. Mix it in, hide your vegetables in there, right? And so that you're getting a little bit healthier item. Maybe it's cutting the sour cream that you put on in half, or cutting the cheese in half. So you're still getting cheese. You might be surprised that you're still satisfied with less and you still enjoy the flavor. Then you get to have your tacos. Too often I hear people think, well, I can't have burgers if I'm dieting. Yes, you can. Absolutely you can, but it's about adjusting what you're having and making it just a little bit healthier. I still have the bun sometimes. Sometimes I take the bun off. It's about a balance, right? So again, what do? You start with meals that you love, and then two, you start to tweak them a little bit, okay? How can you make them just a little bit healthier, okay? And then number three is it cannot be plain Jane and boring. We got to add some sauces and some seasonings and some toppings to the foods that you enjoy, especially like that plain rice and chicken. That plain rice and chicken is not going to last long on your list of things to prep because it's boring. It doesn't have flavor pop. It's not going to keep you interested and going when it comes to prepping food, okay? And here's the thing. Everybody meal preps differently. You already are a meal prepper. So if you have ran into some of these mistakes in the past, know that you're not alone. You are just like everybody else out there who is experimenting with learning to cook food different ways, learning to navigate a busy lifestyle, plus trying to eat healthy at the same time, which is why meal prepping can be helpful. If you don't want to come home and cook every single day, a little bit of work on Sunday or Monday to have a few things prepped for the rest of the week is really going to set you up for success. So remember, consistency comes from satisfaction, okay? If you don't enjoy what you're eating, you're not going to keep doing it. So it's not about the perfection of a meal prepping plan. It is not about having it perfect. You're going to be experimenting and learning about how to prep foods a little bit healthier, but start with what you like, slightly modify it, and add in things that make it taste good. Don't be shy with the seasonings and the sauces. Obviously, paying attention to what you're adding to it so that you can keep your calories in check if you are in a calorie deficit. All right, my friends, I hope you found this helpful. God bless each and every one of you. I want to encourage you to drink some water today. Lean into Him if you need some support with your health and your wellness, and or reach out to me. Saturday is a live class. It's so fun. I would love to host you in that live class. You can do it from the comfort of your home on Zoom. Put your little phone up on your countertop, and you get to see me teaching a class, helping you move your body, helping you with your form. You can turn your camera off if you do not want to be on camera. Nobody's paying attention to what you're doing. They're paying attention to what I'm doing so that they can follow along. And that's what's really cool about it. It's very individualized, and I can help you no matter where you are in your health and wellness. I've got people who work out in a chair. I've got people who will not get on the floor, and that's okay because I give options to help you see success. So if you want to move your body, put move down in the comments, let me know, and I'll send you the link. First class is always free. Otherwise, it's super cheap, like so affordable. $5 a class. you can't get a cup of coffee like that anymore, right? Like it's brilliant. But my goal for you is that you start moving more consistently. I hope you have a great day. Drink water.